This is the last time I'm going to do this. This is a video about my painting that I called Yerushalem. There he is. Yerushalem is the name of one of my best friends from preschool to second grade. That's a very Jewish name, and I thought he was Jewish, so I put it in. I named him Yerushalem. When I first started working with watercolor, I found out pretty early on that the layers you put first on a painting are going to look farther back in the painting than the layers you put at the end. In real life, these layers the layers of real life are melded together and molded together into one cohesive thing. But in my paintings, something I kind of dig is I make them blocks of color separate from each other. So the end process doesn't look very realistic. A woman in a class I take, a life drawing class, the other month told me that if you want realism, then look at photos. You don't need realism in art. But I get why realism has its place in art, but I kind of agree with that sentiment. I don't like realism in my art. Well, I want it to look like something realistic, but I want people to realize the difference between my art and what it was based on. This process, I forget the name of the solution, but it's not this right now, but I had some solution that everything that you put it on won't allow you to paint over those sections. It makes it much easier to just go over stuff that you don't want to paint right now, but later. Makes it easier. And you should know your boy loves easy. Oh, easy, but still looking good. Oh, that's Ian's sweet spot. Most of the time, I love doing eyes, but when I get some really dark sunglasses or some reason to not put eyes, once in a blue moon, I don't know. It's nice to change it up. Yeah, the eyes are the window into the soul, but you know what? Paintings are a different story. Sometimes. This painting, I was very determined not to go over the lines that I made in the perennial drawing. I wanted to stick to what I was trying to go for since the beginning. Love it. I'm proud of myself for this painting. Okay, after this little bit, I want you to, before you go to the next bit, I want you to come up with what this story is of this guy for you is, if that makes any logical sense. I want you to figure it out for yourself. Can I show you guys something? The painting of this video, that's only half of the art that has to do with Yerushalem. Can you guys hear that? Yeah. Yeah. The second half of Yerushalem's business is a bio. It's a bio about what kind of person Yerushalem, that guy, looks like to me, if that makes sense. Like, you know when you're in the street, like somewhere public, and you see somebody very interesting, and you just, in your mind, in a split second, think of what that person would do for a job, or what their family like is like, or what their workout um, regimen is. Well, all that stuff, I like to write stuff about the paintings I make, like that. This is Yerushalem's. I'm not very good at reading, so stay with me. Yerushalem has a life with many chapters. As a child in Israel, Yerushalem often stayed home from school so he could help out his big family with their family-owned restaurant. At 18, he joined the army as a marksman, and and quickly climbed the ranks. Yerushalem eventually was a proud staff private first class at the end of his service in Israeli army. Then he came to America, promised financial freedom, but instead was met with homelessness for 7 years. Afterwards, found careers in many fields. He was a bricklayer, a cook, drawing on his time with his family. He worked in a community college, and dozens more. Those three had the most impact on his life. Yerushalem has found a beautiful passion for the saxophone. And has gained quite a bit of recognition with his songs. He also sings. Yerushalem still works as a saxophonist. That's his bio, guys. Wasn't that so laborious to say? Gosh dang. I'm not very good at reading out loud. Oh man, Ian. Oh man, Ian.